Good morning, everyone. I'd like to send a special shout out to all of our new and first time guests. And we also want to remember those that have been hanging with us for some time. We are so glad and grateful that you are sharing some of your time with us. And we thank you. So today, ABSOL Delicious Eat Well for Better Health will be presenting nutrition. We're talking about some health tips. We've got some cooking in the kitchen and some wellness. And we hope that you will enjoy the ride. And we're glad to see you. All right. Today's moderator is yours truly, Shirley Mims, and I work for Advocates for Community Wellness as their Community Relations and Special Projects Director. And now we're going to bow our heads for our opening prayer. Lord, I lift all men everywhere and pray that your spirit of grace and truth may rest and remain on each one. Amen. Amen. We thank God for the opening prayer. So now we're going to have our biblical reference, which we do at all of our sessions. And I will read that. Be watchful, stand firm in the faith. Act like men, be strong. That's 1 Corinthians 16 and 13. All right, I'd like for you to know that ABSOL Delicious Eat Well is being sponsored by the Colon Cancer Coalition. And get your rear in gear. All right, that's what it says. If you are 45 years or older and you have risk factors, so we encourage you to speak to your doctor about getting screened for your colon cancer because early screening saves lives. All right, Del Kane, our program director, is out on a business trip today, and we miss Del. I admire her for many, many years, and we've been friends, and I'm back on board and helping where I can. So she is over the program, ABSOL Delicious Eat Well for Better Health, that we are featuring today. So we pray that God gives her traveling grace as she makes it back. And I will have some comments on her behalf at the end. Advocates for Community Wellness. I'll tell you a little bit about Advocates. It's a fun, faith-based, non-denominational holistic health promotion and nutrition education ministry without walls. We bring wellness programs to you where you live, where you work, where you learn, where you shop, play, and even where you worship. We focus on educating and promoting health nutrition, healthy cooking classes, which we're going to have today, providing wellness programs, and teaching the relationship between our diets, health, and any chronic diseases. All right, presenters and agendas for today, we have it on the runway, ladies and gentlemen. The culinary experience coming back to the kitchen is Chef London. I've learned to get to know Chef London, working through Dale. And today we chose 1 ingredient and we chose 3 dishes that you can make with that ingredient. But Chef London is going to do 2 of the 3. So here is what we have: a quick and easy vegan collard greens. Now I'm a collard green girl. We have a vegan collard green wrap. Now I didn't even know you can wrap collard greens, but he's going to let us know that. And then we got collard green salad. I didn't even know you can make a salad with collard greens because I've never made one. So I'm looking forward to that. And then our presentation. Oh my, real men, real stories. Sensei Rick Butler, and he's going to talk about one decision that can help increase your chances of surviving any, did you hear what I said? Any health challenge. How beautiful is that? And then the men's health, yours truly, the health advocate educator. I'm going to talk about, after he's going to tell us how to survive that, how you can have a longer life expectancy. I mean, so there's certain things that you have to do to have that. And then I will give the closing remarks along with Regina Hopkins. Regina is the Director of Health Education and Program Manager here with Advocates for Community Wellness. All right, ABSOL Delicious. Eat well for better health. Easy vegan collard greens. We're gonna do some vegan collard green wrap and the collard green salad. That looks pretty good in that bowl. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna bring to you today's feature chef, Chef William London.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chef London. We're going to have fun today. And there's a lot of areas I want to cover today. So I want to make sure that if anytime you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So we're going to start off today with our vegan collard green wraps. Now, I want to just take wraps and put it to the sidebar for a second. You can make a wrap out of anything left over in your house. When I make wraps, I never, ever go to the store and I buy stuff. I go through the refrigerator, I see what I have left, and then anything flat you can wrap, Swiss chard you can wrap, anything. They have vegan wraps you can buy now, made out of vegetables, carrots, peas, spinach. So there's 1,000 types of wraps now. But today we're going to be using collard greens for a wrap and some vegetables and hummus. But sometimes when I make wraps at home, if I make navy bean soup and I got the navy beans left over, I puree them. I use that for my spread, sometimes hummus, anything, sometimes black beans. You can puree the black beans so they smooth out really fast. You can put them in whole. Wrap is a whole nother universe. So today we're going to just talk about the collard greens for a second in regards to wrap. So with any vegetable, you can wrap it cooked, you can wrap it blanched, or you can wrap it raw. So because collard greens are kind of tough, so they wrap more easily, we're gonna blanch them. So blanching is nothing in hot water for 30 to 60 seconds out, and it makes whatever you're wrapping more pliable, so to speak. So here's the big secret to the collard greens. So collard greens has a very thick stem on it, very thick. So it's hard to wrap with that skin. So what we have to do, we have to take that stem and take our little knife and just shave it down. As you can see, I shaved a little piece off right there, okay? And you want to shave that so that your green is not so plumpy. So I'm not shaving a lot off, just a little piece. So when I blanch it and I'm ready to wrap, it's gonna wrap smoothly. Okay, so now we're gonna blanch our greens right quick. But before we do that, we're gonna talk about our ingredients. So a lot of people think that when you're making a recipe, sometimes you don't need all the ingredients. You can improvise. So I always improvise every day. So if I'm making a recipe and there's something in there that I don't like, I switch it. So I don't like rosemary. So when I see a recipe with rosemary, I replace the rosemary with fresh basil because I like basil a lot. So sometimes we can play around with it, especially with wraps. It doesn't have to be a vegan wrap. You can take a piece of leftover chicken and put it in there, a piece of fish, your leftover vegetables. Anything can go in a wrap, okay? Anything. So here we have hummus, we have tofu, baked tofu, we have grated carrots, but look at the options that they're giving you. You can put in cabbage, you can put in Brussels sprouts, you can put in broccoli, you can put in spinach. So wraps are really designed to be a healthy snack that you can put anything you want in there, actually. Beets, watercress, arugula, spinach, microgreens, Brussels sprouts, water sprouts, cilantro, parsley, basil, mint. So it goes on and on and on and on and on. So you can put anything you want in a wrap. So now we're going to take our greens that we cut our stems off and we're going to blanch them. So blanching is designed to not cook the food all the way, but to partially cook it so you can work with it. So like if I'm doing a big party, I'll blanch all my vegetables. So when it's time to cook them, instead of taking 25 minutes to cook, I can cook them in 3 minutes since they've been blanched already. So now we're gonna blanch our greens. I got a hot water here. And we don't want to do a long time, maybe 30 seconds, maybe 60 seconds. Okay. Because we want them to be able to fold very nicely when we wrap. And also, blanching changes the color. I want to get a zoom on this. You see the color of this blanched grain opposed to the color of that grain? Can everybody see that, the difference, how vibrant it is? Okay. That's another thing blanching does. It brings out your color of your vegetable. So we want to take whenever we're blanching the vegetable, we always want to take it and run it under the cold water. The cold water stops the cooking process. Anything you put in hot water, even when you take it out, it's going to continue to cook. That's why a lot of people, when they make spaghetti, they overcook their spaghetti, because when the spaghetti's done, they cut the pot off. The water in the pot is 200 degrees, but the spaghetti is on this stand, and so it's continuing to cook. So when your pasta is done, you got to drain the hot water off and put in ice or ice water to stop the cooking process. So we're going to talk about healthy eating for a minute, because it's very hard for healthy eating because there's no flavor there. Okay, the flavor's in the fat. So what I do with healthy eating to bring out the flavor profile, I either smoke or roast my vegetables. Because when you roast or you smoke, it changes the flavor. So our first ingredient today is going to be beets. But this wasn't on the menu, on a recipe, but I roasted this beet for 90 minutes at 350. So when you take beets and you roast them, it changes the flavor by 100%. Because you got that like smoky flavor, you know? And plus, if you put a beet in a wrap, you can, but beets are very hard. This is a fresh beet, not the pickle kind that come out the jar. This is a roasted beet. And so when you roast it, it's more easy to cut, it becomes softer, and the flavor profile is pronounced more better. So we're just gonna take the top off, we're gonna take the bottom off, and then we're gonna go around the sides. So anything around that you're peeling or cutting, you have to curve your wrists and your knife to the shape of that vegetable. Okay. And our next ingredient is going to be hummus. This is roasted garlic hummus. You can get this at any store. You don't have to go to Whole Foods. Whole Foods is charging you 50% more there. All their products is organic. You don't need organic hummus. You can get the regular kind for $2.99 at Jewel's. We also going to put in fresh avocado. We're going to put that in last. The avocado turns brown once it's out the shell very quickly. So, see how pretty that green is? It's like night and day. Before, after. Before, after. So this is like, a wrap is like making a burrito. So I'm gonna square my edge off. Okay. And there's no right or there's no wrong way with cooking it all. You can use your imagination. You can always improvise. Okay. So I took the collard green, it was pretty big, and I kind of like squared it off, you know what I mean? So if you look at it now, it kind of looks like a burrito should. Like if you went to a Mexican restaurant, you got a burrito, okay? So we got a really pretty vibrant grain. So now we're gonna put our first layer on, which is the roasted garlic hummus. I'm gonna spread it out. Okay. This smells really good because it's roasted garlic. And anytime you roast your garlic, next level. Okay. So we got our hummus on. And we're gonna put our next layer, which will be carrots. that I boil for 5 minutes. And once this is complete, it's going to be nice and colorful. You want color into anything you're making. Colors eye appeal. Because the brain sends a signal that says if it looks good, tastes good. That's the way we go. Cut our beets, nice little strips, okay? Get some nice contrast in there. Our avocado. So in half. Firm grip, knife in the middle of the seed. Once you're in the middle of the seed, twist. You got it out. With no hassle. Everybody got that one? So now, an avocado, slap it out.
You took that out pretty easy. I bet that don't work all the time, though.
Yeah, I got my thumb about 3 times.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to try that yet, but okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can do it a little slower than I did. So we got our avocado going in, and we can see. Can everybody see all the colors coming into this wrap?
A little
Okay.
hard from where I'm looking. I'm not sure what others can see, but because I'm moderating, my screen is a little different, so they may be able to see that cutting board. I see it, but I don't see it close up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap it.
Okay.
I want to make sure everybody can see this wrap that we just did with collard greens. Can everybody get a good visual on that?
Okay.
Are you able to zoom in with the camera?
Okay.
Is the camera
So
person?
now, the part that's at the bottom, when you cut it, you want that to be face down. This. And we have our serrated knife. It's for cutting. It has the ridges. Because I use a French knife, it won't cut through the roughage of the green. So I want to go at a 45-degree angle. Okay. Just cut it in half. Voila. There's our first little pretty appetizer. Did everybody get that one?
I see that one. It's kind of small.
So I made a homemade dressing, and dressings are very easy. The basics to dressing is salt, pepper, vinegar, and olive oil. And then you just add from there. So I made a simple dressing. Here we just drizzle a few drops over there to make it even more healthier. Okay. So again, we have our collard green. Square it off. We want to make this like a, when you're making a wrap, it's like making a burrito.
Mm.
If you've never made a burrito, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, I have.
Take a piece of tortilla shell, you roll it up, whatever. So look at this. See that? I got my hummus going on there. Nice little hummus. Okay. And I'm gonna put in my carrot. Then our beets.
Got about 5 minutes, chef.
Then an avocado. And then if you're making this at home, put in there what you like. If you like basil, put basil in there. If you like cilantro, put cilantro in there. If you like onions, put onions in there. Sometimes I put in smoked mushrooms. So there's no right way and no wrong way. It's a wrap. When you make a wrap, you put in there what you like. Your favorite things. Just gonna roll it over, tuck it one time, roll it, tuck it again, roll it 3 times, and that's it. I'm gonna cut the edges off.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut it in half.
All right. You got 5 minutes, chef. I know you have to do your salad.
Okay.
All righty.
We're there. So we're doing a salad next. And this is a quick one. So we have the collard greens that's been washed and stemmed. And so we just want to shred these real fine. And that's your greens right there. And I want to give it a little color. Red and yellow peppers are extremely high in vitamin C, just so you know. So we got the red. We have the yellow.
And they taste pretty good, chef. I love peppers in salad. You really give it a nice flavor to me. Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
And they make it look pretty too, but
See how our colors come in? We got the green, we got the red, we got the yellow. You could put mushrooms on here. Like I say, people get so stuck doing recipes. You don't have to follow the recipe 100%. The recipe is a guide. It's like a map to get to the Dan Ryan. And there's 10 ways to get to the Dan Ryan. You don't have to go down 87th Street all the time. So we got our red peppers, our yellow peppers, our red onion. Okay. You see that color how it's coming along? Then, like I said, the dressing I made, it was olive oil, vinegar, salt, pepper, and a pinch of sugar. And so when I eat tomatoes, I eat the vine right. We got a piece of tomato there, pieces of tomato there. There's our salad. We have 30 seconds left. And here's our homemade dressing. Dressing on top. Look at there. Oh my God. Voila. Bon appetit.
all right. All right, so we've got our salad and you've done our wraps. All right, can you pull? Okay, there. I can see them a little bit now. That's better. All right. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. We used 1 ingredient, ladies and gentlemen. Collard greens. Now, I've never made a collard green salad, but I guess I will try that. Thank you, chef. All right.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you in the kitchen today. All right. All right. So we want to thank Chef London for those 2 recipes that he did. And like I said, the third one, you will get a copy of all 3, but due to the time, he did just the 2. All righty. Thank you, Chef London, for your expertise in the kitchen. All right. Real Men, Real Stories is up next. Increase your chances of surviving any health challenge. And our guest speaker is Susan L. Rick Butler, Butler. He is the founder of Pathway to Harmony, Inc. and the creator of the Pathway to Harmony 4 principles. He has been practicing Kudo, may not be saying that right, but he'll correct me later, the art of peace for 44 years. Butler Sensei says that his purpose is to serve God. The mission that he claims is to be a catalyst for positive change, helping people to enhance their quality of life. In his role as a Sensei, which means teacher, He has counseled some of the worst moments in their lives. Many of these moments were health related. Butler Sensei will be sharing what he considers the most important decision a person can make when faced with a major health challenge and the steps they must take to improve their chances of surviving the challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our guest speaker.
Hello, everybody. I am Sensei Elric Butler, and I am the founder of Pathway to Harmony, Inc. She gave you a little bit of introduction of me, I'm sure. So please forgive my voice right now, please, because it seems like it could just go any second. Today, I wanted to talk about men's health, of course, but it's not just men's health, it's everybody's health. That's what I want to talk about. And when I was putting this together, Dale had asked me to talk about what I thought would be a game changer for people in dealing with their health, and especially those that are experiencing health challenges. And so I thought about it because I've had my own health challenges. And then I thought about all the students that I've counseled or that had problems, in their family, with their health. And I've talked to people or counseled with people that have had a wide range of things going on with them. Some of them life-threatening, some of them just as simple, and I shouldn't call it simple, but just finding out that you've got diabetes, finding out that you've got high blood pressure, finding out that you've got some type of heart ailment, something that's going to change your life, how you operate, finding out maybe that you've got a terminal disease. And everybody goes through the same thing. It's a mind blower. Wow, what did I just hear? Sometimes you don't even remember hearing it. So being told that you've got cancer, and after they said the word cancer, you didn't hear anything else. So I looked at what was the one thing that helped people improve their chances of surviving this challenge. And forgive me if I hop around because I'm just talking off that. I didn't prepare for this because it's something I deal with all the time. I just wanted to have a conversation. And so if you feel like you want to chime in or something, go for it. But the one thing that I found that people do the most is that they stress. They start stressing about what's going on with them. And the one thing that helped everybody is to de-stress. And so in talking with them, it always boiled down to how they saw their lives in the past and how they see their lives going forward. And because they're stressing, they don't really have a good look or a good sense of going forward, what it is to go forward. And so the first thing that I do with them, talk to them about self-care, because that's it, self-care, your physical and your mental self-care. The fact that they're panicking or they're stressed out about it, thinking about their loved ones, thinking about their job, thinking about, what do I do? First thing we have to do is get them to calm down. Because I didn't mention it, but what I teach is an art called Aikido. And in Aikido, Aikido is called the art of peace. And because it's a martial art, people think, something to do with fighting. It is about being at peace inside of yourself, learning how to be at peace with yourself, with your life, And so the philosophy in Aikido to help you get a certain place is that you're going to resolve every situation in the most harmonious, peaceful way, bringing the least amount of harm to your attacker while you defend yourself. Believe it or not, sometimes the attacker is you. It's you and how you think. We can do the most damage to ourselves just in how we think. Because how we think can kill us. How we think causes us to become more stressed. And I teach my students, stress is a killer. Slow killer for kids, faster killer for adults. Either way, it can kill. Stress attacks our immune system. It attacks every part, every organ in our body. So if we're going to have a chance at surviving anything, we've got to eliminate stress. We've got to manage stress. How do I get people to do that? I talk to them about breathing meditation, exercising, eating better, the things that can improve their life. His Pathway to Harmony's goal is to help people to enhance their quality of life. And learning how to breathe right and how to meditate is what will get us there. It can help us. So right now, hold on a second, I'm going to change my screen so I can see who I'm talking to. So some of you, I don't know what your personal lives are like, but I do know one thing. Everyone that's on this screen right now stresses. And I can almost guarantee that you don't do self-care the way that you should, that you don't give yourself the attention that you should. It's easier for us to give attention to other people than to give it to ourselves, to take a moment for ourselves. But when you get hit with a diagnosis or are made aware of a challenge that you're about to face, that's when you need self-care the most. That's when you need self-care the most. The ability to focus on you. And that is a hard thing for us to do, to focus on ourselves. So I'm going to talk to you real quick because I know that I can talk a long time and I don't know how much time I really have. I'm going to talk to you about something I call BDC. BDC. B stands for belief, D stands for discipline, and C stands for courage. So when you're hit with this diagnosis or this challenge, you have to change your mindset. You have to begin to be able to focus on something clearly, and that is your health. You've got to believe that you can overcome this challenge. You have to believe that everything is going to be all right and that it's nothing for you to stress about. Now, I don't know what your religious beliefs is, but almost every religion that I know tells you about the power of belief. The power of belief. So self-care involves believing in what you want the outcome to be regarding your health, whether you want this cancer to go away, whether you want to eat right so that this diabetes you can eliminate it. Just being able to get through to believe that you can get through another day, but you have to believe. Believing that when you breathe in and you breathe out, that you're breathing in life and you're replenishing the earth with your breath out. To breathe in, breathe out. Believe that there's power in it. There's power in breathing. So when you're meditating, focusing on your breathing, believe that it is accomplishing something, that it is giving you new life, that it is building your immune system. Believe. Believe. The next thing, discipline. You have to be disciplined about you. And I told you, this is a challenge for most of us, including myself, to be disciplined about my own self-care, because you'll put it off. You'll act like something else is more important. In reality, at that moment, you might be fighting for your life. And what's more important than that? So you have to be disciplined enough to do something consistently. And that something is what? To focus on you, love you. And I tell my students, you have to love yourself, respect yourself enough to want the very best for yourself. Love yourself, respect yourself enough to want the very best for yourself. And you're having this discipline is showing how much you love yourself. So you have to believe, and you have to have the discipline necessary to focus on you, to save you, to help you. And the C has to do with courage. And I find that one kind of hard sometimes. You have to have the courage to stand up for you during this challenge. That means sometimes having the courage to tell people, no, I can't do this. No, I can't go and do all the things that I used to do. No, I don't want to hear all that. That takes courage, because a lot of times we don't want to let other people down. We don't want them to think certain things about us. And so we go through this battle with ourselves. But you have to have the courage to stand up for you. So BDC, belief, discipline, courage. Belief, discipline, courage. And I'm saying belief, but it's actually believe. Believe, because we can do all things through, for some of us that believe in Christ. Not some things, but all things. But what is being, we are being asked? Being asked to believe that we can do it. Belief is really important. So, I talked a minute ago about meditation, and I'm connecting it to belief, discipline, courage. Okay. The meditation portion. For those, some of you may meditate already. This is just one of the ways that I go about doing it. And so if you want to do this with me right now, you can. But centering yourself, getting in a position, whether it's sitting, kneeling, standing, being able to just center yourself, bring your head up, relax your shoulders, and feel that you're relaxed from the top of your head down your shoulders, so that your shoulders aren't up, they're down. Feel relaxing here, all the way to the bottom of your feet. You're relaxed. Close your eyes and slowly take a breath in through your nose, slowly. And if you can count to 7 and do it for 7 seconds at least. So we're going. Ready? Take a breath in. Let it go. Let it out. I'm going to inhale again. Slowly let it out.
Wow.
Inhale. And exhale. Okay, so people will breathe and call themselves doing breathing meditation, and they'll do it for 1 minute. Even my watch tells me 1 minute of breathing, but you need to do it longer. And if you do it longer, you're going to find that you're finding some peace in that. So start off maybe with trying to do 2 minutes. And just breathing in and out. Now, I didn't say it earlier, but when I'm breathing in through my nose. But I'm not sniffing. I'm taking my tongue and put it behind the back of my teeth at the top of my mouth.
Mhm.
And I'm letting the air come in slowly, almost like I want to do it like that, but very soft. And when I let it out, I'm breathing it out through my mouth. Now you can breathe out through your nose, but listen to this sound.
Sensei, we're just about, you gotta wrap that up for us when you get a chance.
Okay, so that's important. So the one thing that I would tell you to do is do self-care. Start a journey of meditation. Learn how to calm yourself and relax yourself, because when you're relaxed, you can think more clearly and you can actually see what your options are. You can approach things from a more positive perspective. So the reason that you're going to look at self-care is because when we get hit with the diagnosis, we automatically stress. So everybody that I know that has survived or is in the process of surviving has gone through a period of meditation and de-stressing. Because once you're doing that, your body can now begin to really truly fight. Your immune system is not being compromised by the stress. So I'm going to leave it right there. I know that there's a possibility of questions later, so I'd be glad to answer any questions.
All right,
You all have a blessed day.
thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, how beautiful. So Sensei is going to be with us at the after talk. So we're hoping that you all will join us there. If you have any questions or challenges that you'd like to share with him, that would be a beautiful thing. How wonderful is that? I didn't know whether I didn't want to cry, but some of the things he was saying was hitting home with me. And so I always say, Shirley, you're a big girl now. You can handle it. And so I'm just going to do what I need to do. All right. Thank you so much. Oh my. Sensei L. Rick Butler. He was our guest speaker for today. Increase your chances of surviving any health challenges. So yours truly is up next very briefly, because actually he hit on everything that I'm going to talk that's on this screen. And it says men's health, taking care of one's health is critical, and that's male or female. So if you want to have a longer life expectancy, you have to make healthy lifestyle choices, which he did talk about that. You have to have a balanced diet, your fruits and your proteins, your vegetables and your grains and your dairy. And the exercise that he gave us, which was the breathing, which really relaxes you. And then the other one he talked about was managing stress. So these health tips that he has given you and what I've thrown in your face right now, it can contribute to a longer and more fulfilling life for you and me and all of us. So the only thing I have to say is let's just do it. Let's do whatever we need to do to get it right. And I am hanging right in there with you, because this is our life and we must do what is best for us. And we can do it. And so we thank our guest speaker, and I wanted to just bring these points out for our men's health. Taking care of one's health is critical. And he talked about that self-care. And that's something a lot of us do not do. And I am included in that because we're trying to do everything for everybody else. We forget ourselves. All right, so our weekly challenge, I'm going to add some of our speakers was health challenges, which he shared with us. And then I think you should get the facts. Now, he gave us the facts. He gave us some facts with his presentation. And so if you got a health challenge or something in your life, you can use your computer to get things, you can talk to your doctor, you can get your books, go to the library, but I think you'll know how to deal with it if you get the facts. So I'm challenging you to what our guest speaker put to the floor, and I'm challenging you to get the facts. And then once you got the facts, we can make the changes in our lives. Because this is our time, this is our journey, and it's really up to us to do what needs to be done. So now we're coming to the end of our program. And of course, Del Kane, as far as she is out of town. And so I am going to see if Regina would have something to say to you, a few remarks. Regina, would you like to say something?
Just wanted to briefly just thank everyone for coming. You know, our goal and our mission with Advocates for Community Wellness is to reduce those health disparities that we see in our communities centered around chronic illnesses. So we know that there's a lot of chronic illnesses and issues that we face in the African American community. So just hoping that the knowledge today that has been shared has been helpful and that you'll be able to use it. We always ask everyone to share what you know. So the information that you have received today, please share with your family and friends or someone that you may know who may need it. We recently did an outreach event for Juneteenth, and I spoke on a topic briefly about leaving a legacy of wealth. And wealth is not the monetary wealth that I was speaking about, but it was spelled WELLTH, focusing on wellness. And a lot of times, you know, we think that we have to leave something monetary or tangible behind, but we challenged everyone who was there to start right now, you know, presently right now, focus on developing and working on healthy lifestyle choices. And with those choices that you make, encourage your family members to do those same choices. And the goal is that when we do those things, we can eventually see healthy families that will turn into healthy communities. So the knowledge that you have regarding health and wellness, we hope that you will be able to pass that down to the generations behind you, which are those individuals in your families. So once again, thank you so much for coming and taking the time out of your day to be with us. And we hope that you will join us for future wellness events and workshops.
All right, thank you, Regina. We are moving right along with our session. I just want to say that we ask that you help us with our numbers with this Advocates for Community Wellness DO program. You know, it's a nonprofit organization and the members do play a major part. We're asking you to invite someone to join you to one of our sessions. Our final session is going to be June the 29th for the men's health. It's going to be the same time, same place. And if you have registered at the beginning, then you will be able to come right on for our final one. All right, so we have other real men, real stories. And this is really this is just a great piece that we put out. And we want you all to continue to support and invite someone because, like I said, the numbers do play a major part because we want to get the word out to everybody that we can. This is really good, pertinent information. And but we have to share it. Like Regina was saying, we do have to share it. So this is the announcement for our next Thursdays from 11 to 12. Real men, real stories, and their one decision game changer. All right, in August, this is a little ways off, but it'll be here before you know it. They're having a 5K run walk, and we're going to play a part in that. This is sponsoring the colon cancer awareness, and that's going to be here in Chicago. And we'll be talking more about this closer to that time. All right, along the journey is one of the programs that Regina Hopkins, she is over this particular program, and this will always be. You know, this is a beautiful thing. That these are things that we offer people that, you know, do you know of someone who has been diagnosed with breast cancer or lung cancer? You know, this is information that will help them as they continue their journey. So we're asking that you share, all right? And we would really appreciate that because we're helping others and that's why we're here. All right, so learn more about our program. We have our website, our email address, and we have an address of our office, and there's a phone number there. And then we are on social media, Facebook and Instagram. All right, so I'm going to do our closing prayer at this time. If you will bow your heads again. I pray that men may grow in grace and in a knowledge of Christ Jesus, their Lord, and that they become strong in the Lord and in his mighty strength, and not rely on their own abilities, but rest in him alone. Amen.